Orders of the day.
Ballot item number 7, Order M-184, second reading of Bill 184, an act to amend the Metrolinx Act 2006, the Public Transportation and Highway Improvement Act, and the Short Line Railways Act 1995 with respect to transportation. MPP Hazell.
Thank you. MPP Hazell.
Bill 184, an act to amend the Metrolinx Act 2006, the Public Transportation and Highway Improvement Act, and the Short Line Railways Act 1995 with respect to transportation.
MPP Hazell has moved Bill 184, an act to amend the Metrolinx Act 2006, the Public Transportation and Highway Improvement Act, and the Short Line Railways Act 1995 with respect for transportation. Pursuant to Standing Order 100, the member has 12 minutes for their presentation. MPP Hazell.
Mr. Speaker, I am so honoured and delighted to debate my second piece of legislation in this House. I was elected to this chamber to bring positive change to Ontario, to present good policies that would improve people's lives, to bring new ideas that would make Ontarians a safer and kinder place, ideas that are bold, ideas that move the province forward, ideas that are smart. Well, Mr. Speaker, this bill has not one, not two, not three, but 4 smart ideas to improve transportation in our beautiful province. This legislation, if enacted, would address 4 sections where the government could be doing more. These are the promotion of active transportation, construction of affordable housing near public transit, improving safety standards on dangerous northern highways, and protecting crucial rail infrastructure with support to the economy and impact to the environment. Here's my first smart idea. People are cycling more than ever, particularly in more urban environments. In 2023, Toronto saw over 5.7 million bike share riders, and that number is only growing, Mr. Speaker. We are on the brink of a new golden age of cycling. It is the healthiest form of transportation. You can get your daily exercise just through pedaling. It is environmentally friendly with zero carbon emission, unlike gasoline and diesel cars and buses. And often, cycling can be faster than public transit, so it is no surprise that people are pedaling more every single day, Mr. Speaker. One of the biggest advancements in cycling in this bike share system implemented in Toronto and Hamilton. These systems are game changers, providing convenient and easily accessible transportation for thousands of people. This system is expanding quickly, with plans for every riding in Toronto to be connected by the system. It is time to move forward into the next phase of it. As it stands, there is minimal coordination between bike share systems and public transit. That in connectivity is hampered by a lack of fare integration or discount for using both, meaning that commuting with both bike share and public transit is more expensive than just by public transit. For example, someone who commutes from Hamilton to Toronto for work would pay $11.44 to take the Hamilton bus to Western Harbour, take the GO train to Union, and take the subway to their office. They might prefer to use the bike share to and from the GO system, but that would cost them $20.54. Just imagine $9 more for the healthier and often quicker option, which does not make much sense, especially when it would likely be cheaper for the province to cover the bike share fare and the Hamilton Street Railway and TTC fares. My legislation would amend the Metrolinx Act to require them to consider bicycles infrastructure in route and fare integration planning. Bike shares are public transit, and we need to start treating it as such. The Smart Ontario Act makes Metrolinx adopt that viewpoint. A policy shift to integrate fares will not only benefit the 5.7+ million riders in Toronto, but it will also encourage commuters to use a healthier and more environmentally friendly transportation option. The second part of the Smart Ontario Act also amends the Metrolinx Act to require 20% affordable housing whenever Metrolinx sells land to residential property developers. Metrolinx is one of the largest landowners in all of Ontario, and it currently has multiple properties up for sale. Let's get this right. I'm going to use Scarborough for an example. 4142 Shepherd Avenue in Scarborough. This location is 5-minute walk from Adrian Go, as well as the future Shepherd East TTC extension. This is prime real estate to redevelop for transit-oriented living, and we need to see some proactivity from Metrolinx to ensure that the redevelopment includes an affordable component. I have seen the impact that this housing and affordability crisis has on the people of Scarborough-Guildwood. We are in a generational housing crisis. And when we sell government land off for housing, we should be ensuring there is an affordability component. But you don't have to trust my words, because this government's very own Housing Affordability Task Force recommends the same measure. Requiring 20% of units to be affordable at these sites is a slam-dunk way to get affordable housing built, Mr. Speaker. But this government has already missed the boat on this at a number of sites. Metrolinx sold land in Beaches, East York, and Mississauga Lakeshore that will not have an affordable component. And that is a major missed opportunity. The Housing Affordability Task Force report has been out for 2 years now, but this government has stalled or refused to implement the vast majority of its measures. By voting for the Smart Ontario Act, this government can fulfill one of those crucial measures to address the housing crisis. The third part of the Smart Ontario Act, Mr. Speaker, is new standards on Highway 11, 17 and 69, which from the backbone of the North Roads network. These roads are dangerous and not well maintained. It is putting drivers and transportations at risk every single day as they drive on these highways. As part of the Standing Committee of Finance and Economic Affairs, I travel through northern communities such as Sudbury, Thunder Bay, and Dryden. When I heard not just about the difficulties regarding these highways, but how this government has stalled on their promises to complete the twinning of these highways. Much of the routes in these northern communities are single lanes going in each direction, Mr. Speaker. When one of those lanes closes because of a snowstorm or a car accident, travel is crippled, which means people can't see their families, business can't make their deliveries, and residents cannot access crucial services like the hospitals they need it the most, when they need it the most. There have been an alarming number of deaths caused by horrific accidents on these highways because of poor road conditions. The new standards through the Smart Ontario Act will mean that potholes are fixed sooner and snow and ice is cleared quicker, allowing for safer and more reliable roads when you are driving down along Northern Road in the dead of winter. You need to trust the asphalt beneath you. People's lives are threatened and even lost by the poor standards of these roads. Mr. Speaker, the standards that are held for the 400 series highways should also be held for highways 11, 17 and 69. Let's fix that by voting for the Smart Ontario Act. The last part of the Smart Ontario Act, Mr. Speaker, is about protecting short-line railways. It's not difficult. This is not hugely visible part of people's lives, but are a major part of this economy. These rail lines connect business to the main freight lines, support thousands of jobs across the province, and could be used towards advancing transit in the future. These rails provide first line and first mile and last mile connectivity to customers and industries that are located in rural and remote communities. Many local businesses not exist or could not survive without access to short-line freight rail services. When a short-line rail shuts down, Businesses are forced to either close up shop or move, often to other jurisdictions, including the United States. Let's not forget that. The sale of short-line railways are not protected right now, which puts our economy at risk and limits our options for the future. If we protect these railways, we could repurpose them for public transportation, such as for the GO, which would save millions of dollars. Existing rail corridors are unique assets, and building new transit on them is much more cost-effective than building LRTs or subways. We are allowing short lines to be abandoned and sold off, which means Ontario is losing vital opportunities to expand our transportation sector. The almost funny thing is that there used to be great protections for short line in this province until this government removed it in 2019 in a misguided so-called red tape reduction measure. That's why in my bill we are just bringing back the old law. Very easy to fix. Bringing back these protections doesn't just protect jobs, it is also protecting the short-line right-of-way for future generations, which keeps the door open to future passenger rail on these routes. We, as MPPs, do not need to just plan for a better Ontario. We need to make sure we are planting the seeds for a brighter future too. I strongly encourage every member of this chamber, to support this bill. These proposed changes are simple, non-controversial, and will improve people's commutes, bring good homes to the families of Ontario, support businesses big and small, and save lives on northern roads. Let's get it done with the Smart Ontario Act. Thank you.
Bravo.